Thunder crashed over the Mistborne Isles, shaking the thatched roofs and sending ripples across the ever-present fog. It was not rain, not this time, only the sound and the promise of something ancient stirring. Kai, the village herbalist, crouched among dew-damp ferns, her fingers tracing the edge of a mossy stone as she searched for moonflowers to treat her ailing mother's cough. The fog clung close, making the world loom strange and uncertain. A whisper fluttered behind her, soft as silk. Kai spun, heart thumping. A shape nodded through the mist, a hunched figure, eyes shining silver. "Return to your hearth, child," the shape rasped. "Tonight the veil thins." Kai swallowed her fear. "Who are you?" She took a step backward, gripping her herbal satchel like a shield. The figure only laughed, dissolving into mist. Only then did Kai glimpse a strange light beneath a fallen oak. A relic, shimmering with blue fire, half buried under tangled roots. She hesitated, then reached for it. The moment her skin touched the surface, the world shifted. Images raced through her mind. A temple adrift in sunrise, spirits tangled in chains of fog, a voice crying for aid. Then silence, broken only by the sound of her own breath and the muffled tolling of the village bell. Kai staggered back toward the village, haunted by the vision. As she crossed the stone bridge, she found the mist thicker than ever. Shadows danced in corners, snatches of memory flickering between them. Villagers huddled by their doors, gazes wary. One, old Ray, called out, voice trembling. "Kai, did you see it? The fog is alive tonight." "There's something in it," Kai replied, glancing down at the glowing relic tucked in her satchel. Her resolve hardened. No matter how frightened she was, she couldn't ignore what she'd seen. Something about the relic, and the voices, felt like a call to arms. She clenched her fists. Whatever secrets the mist hid, she would find them. And maybe, just maybe, she'd save the Isles from the ancient shadows rising within the fog. The village square was barely visible, obscured by swirling sheets of fog. Kai tightened her cloak around her shoulders and ducked into the crowded common hall. Lanterns flickered with uneasy light, and the low buzz of anxious voices filled the timbered space. At the far end, the village council sat, faces drawn, eyes shadowed by worry. Old Ray beckoned her over, his hands shaking. "They say you saw something, Kai." She nodded, feeling every stare press into her. "I found this." She placed the relic on the table, its blue glow spilling across the worn wood. The council gasped. From the crowd, her friend Mina edged forward, curiosity overcoming fear. "Where did you get that?" Mina whispered. "Beneath the old oak," Kai said. "It showed me things. Spirits chained in the mist, they want our help." The head counselor, Bram, frowned. "We don't meddle with ancient magics. Keep that thing hidden." But nearby, a fisherman named Jax protested. "And if the fog is growing because we ignore it?" Arguments erupted, voices rising, old fears stirring. Kai looked to Mina, who squeezed her hand. "We have to do something. That relic found you for a reason." That night, sleep fled from Kai, her mind racing with visions and doubts. She slipped from her cot and crept outside, drawn back to the silent woods. The fog parted as she moved, as if obeying an unspoken command. The relic pulsed warm, alive in her palm. Suddenly, Kai caught movement ahead, the faint outline of someone. No something, emerging, half human, half translucence. She stifled a gasp as the being, one of the mist's restless spirits, lifted its gaze to her. It spoke, voice echoing from far away. "You hold the key, we wait for the pact to be mended. Hurry before the wall falls." "What does it mean?" Kai whispered, desperate to understand. But the mist thickened, swallowing the spirit. Left alone, trembling, Kai realized this was only the beginning. If she was to mend this forgotten pact and save her people, she'd need help. Brave souls willing to step into the unknown beside her. For the first time, hope flickered amid the fear. She would not face the shadows alone. Morning brought no sun, only a dull gray twilight as the mist pressed tight against every window in the village. News of the relic had spread like wildfire, stoking both excitement and worry. Kai trudged toward Mina's cottage, the relic throbbing softly in her bag and her resolve growing. Mina opened the door before Kai could knock. "I hoped you'd come," she said. "I couldn't stop thinking about last night, about spirits and pacts." "It's all real, Mina, and I think whoever made the pact, they wanted us to remember it, maybe even fix it." They didn't have time for more. Shouts rang out from the harbor. "It's back! The fog shadow!" They raced down, dodging fearful villagers. At the dock, a hulking figure loomed amid the mist, Its outline flickered, its face lost in shifting shadow. Even so, it was clear it was no ordinary spirit. Jax, the fisherman, stood his ground with a harpoon raised. "Stay back!" Mina hissed. "We have to do something." Kai took a shaky breath and stepped forward, brandishing the relic. Blue light spilled over the dock, painting the mist in shimmering patterns. The fog shadow paused, its shifting form shuddering. For a heartbeat, its eyes flickered human, filled with pain and longing. Kai's voice trembled. "We want to help. Tell us. What do you need?" The figure's voice was like wind through leaves. "We were bound by the Pact, kept whole by memory. The stone weakens. Set us free, or join us in shadow." Jax muttered darkly. "This is madness. It'll doom us." But Mina stepped beside Kai. "If we just fought the fog, we'd lose. But if we listen, maybe there's a way for all of us." Kai looked between her friends and the spirit. Her decision was clear. "We'll find out what broke the Pact and fix it, but we'll need more than just the two of us." A plan sparking in her mind, Kai knew she would have to seek out the last person she wanted to ask for help. Bram, the stubborn counselor who distrusted all things strange and new. If she could change his mind, perhaps she could unite the village, and maybe, just maybe, save them all. Kai's hands were sweaty as she approached the council hall. Mina followed, eyes wide with worry and hope. Bram stood by the hearth, arms crossed, flanked by muttering counselors. Moments after Kai entered, silence fell like a curtain. Without waiting to be invited, Kai set the relic gently onto the council table. Its blue light bled into the shadows. "What's this, then?" Bram grumbled, trying to sound confident. "I warned you. Please, just listen," Kai pleaded. "The spirits aren't our enemies. They're trapped because of something we did. I saw it. We all saw what happened at the docks. What if more come? What if we're next?" Another counselor, Lena, frowned. "You say we caused this? How?" Mina spoke up, her voice thin but steady. "The Pact. The spirits remember, even if we don't. That relic wants us to mend what's broken." "Enough of this nonsense," Bram snapped. "Superstition and tricks." But suddenly, the relic flared, a sharp pulse of light that made everyone flinch. Whispers spilled out, swirling voices not their own. "Once we shared breath and promise, now we hunger. Guide us home." Bram's hands trembled despite his bluster. He glanced at Kai, fear mixing with grudging respect. "Say you're right. What then?" Kai gathered herself, feeling the weight of every eye in the hall. "We find the temple I saw in my vision. If it's real, it's where the Pact was made. That's where we start. Will you come? If the fog wins, no council, no law, no home will matter." Bram hesitated, and then nodded. "I'll see it for myself, and if this is as bad as you say, I'll stand with you." The crowd looked relieved, but behind them the wind howled. Mina squeezed Kai's arm. "One step, but we're not there yet." Kai nodded, a fierce hope igniting in her chest. With Bram and Mina at her side and the whole village watching, the quest to break the fog's curse and mend ancient wounds was truly underway. But as the first scouts mapped a treacherous path through the mist, there came a new, chilling omen. Phantom lights dancing atop the cliffs, where no one had dared go for generations. The journey to the cliffs began at dawn, but the sun was only a pale memory behind the endless fog. Kai, Mina, and Jax trudged through the wet grass, the relic's glow barely pushing back the gloom. At every turn, the mist seemed to whisper and flicker, as if alive with old secrets. Jax passed the time with gruff mutterings. "Never thought I'd see Bram setting out on a spirit quest. What's next? You want me to sing lullabies to the fog?" Bram scowled. "Keep your jokes, Jax. None of this sits right, but it's better than waiting to be devoured." Kai offered a thin smile. "We'll need all our courage. Stay sharp." As the path steepened, faint blue lights shimmered atop the cliffs. Mina gasped. "Are those spirits?" Kai peered upward, frowning. "They want us to follow. I think the temple's up there." Their climb was slow and harrowing, rocks slick and footing treacherous. At the summit, the fog seemed thinner, strangely cold, prickling across Kai's skin. Then, the world opened. A crumbling stone temple, draped in moss and ancient carvings, waited like a secret at the edge of the world. Suddenly, the blue lights swirled around them, coalescing into figures with faces both familiar and strange. An old woman reached out, her eyes pleading. "Do you remember, child? The promise was made in blood and breath. Do you remember us?" Kai stepped forward, clutching the relic. "I want to. Show me." Visions crashed into her mind. Generations passed, villagers and spirits side by side, forging a bond in a time of great need. Kai saw a matching relic, a twin of her own, locked in a stone pillar deep within the temple. Mina steadied her as the vision ended. The other relic? It's here somewhere. Jax's voice shivered. We get it and fix the pact, right? Or do we have to fight those things? Bram shook his head. We fight only if we must. This is about healing, not war. We have to trust each other now. As they entered the temple, shadows thickened, and Kai realized something else lurked inside, something hungry and old. The pact had been broken not just by forgetfulness, but by betrayal. If they were to mend it, they would have to face the darkness at the heart of the temple and within themselves. The ancient archway moaned as they entered, stones slick with age and sorrow. A shroud of cold pressed against their skin, silencing even Jax's nervous grumbling. Kai led, the relic casting trembling ripples of blue across carvings that told stories of unity and warnings of betrayal. A corridor branched deeper, winding into a vast chamber. There, a stone pillar jutted from the floor. Its twin relic hovered inches above, wreathed in fog so thick it glimmered silver. Bram's voice was hushed. We found it. Mina slipped closer, examining strange runes at the pillar's base. It's a lock. 2 pieces, 1 key. But before Kai could touch the pillar, a shriek exploded from the shadows. A monstrous form slithered out, half spirit, half man, eyes burning with twisted malice. Its shape flickered, sometimes recalling a villager from old paintings. It spoke, fractured and furious. The pact was broken by choice. I will never let you mend it. Jax raised his harpoon, but Kai thrust out her hand. Wait! Why did you do it? Who are you? The monster's laugh echoed. I was the first sacrifice, left behind when your ancestors bartered for peace. I became the chain, their guilt made flesh. Free the spirits and the wall between worlds collapses. Do nothing and the Isles are devoured. Choose, herbalist. The group recoiled, but Kai's eyes narrowed. You're not unbreakable. You're wounded. If we heal the pact, maybe you'll be freed too. Bram added, voice heavy. This is our mistake, not yours. Whatever happens next, we face it together. The creature faltered, pain twisting its form. Mina whispered, we mend the pact or live in fear forever. It's time. Kai stepped forward, raising her relic beside the one atop the pillar. Both glowed, pulses synchronizing into a blinding radiance. Whispering winds gathered and the tension in the chamber thickened. Whatever happened next would decide not just the fate of the Isles, but whether the living and spirit-shackled dead could ever find peace again. Kai could feel every hair on her arms rising as the twin relic's light merged, spinning into a sphere brighter than the wanest sun. Wind howled through the ruined chamber, and the monster, the Choward, hands over its misshapen face. It's starting, Mina whispered, voice shaking. Are you ready, Kai? I'm not sure, Kai admitted, but we can't stop now. Bram planted his feet. Whatever comes through that light, we face it together. No running this time. The relic's song grew sharper, weaving into something almost like music. The world warped, and suddenly the mists parted within the chamber to reveal a vision. Unseen ages flickered before them, the original pact forged by desperate humans and willing spirits seeking to survive a blight. The humans had broken their promise, sealing their spirit allies to endless suffering and cursing themselves to years of unending fog. An apparition, ancient and regal, stepped from the light. You carry the burden of memory, she intoned, her gaze wise and sad. Do you seek forgiveness or redemption? Kai swallowed. Redemption, if it's not too late. There was fear and weakness, yes, but also hope. Let us fix what was broken. Jax grumbled, half panicked. What if we can't? We came this far, Jax, Mina answered. That has to mean something. The Spirit Queen's eyes softened. Then you must prove yourselves. Pour your truth and regret into the pact, or the chains will hold forever. The relics pulsed. A wave hit Kai. Regret from the Isles past, old bitterness, and her own fear that she was not enough. Mina placed her hand on Kai's shoulder, steadying her. You're not alone. We're with you. Kai felt strength return. We admit our ancestors failed. We accept our debt. But let us show you that their mistake ends here with us. The mists trembled. The chain let out a guttural wail, writhing between fury and yearning. Suspense hung thick in the air. The pact's fate balanced on a knife edge. But with her friend's faith behind her, Kai gripped her relic tighter, ready to pour her heart into the ritual that would either break the Isle's curse or shatter their world forever. The relics vibrated with a keening energy as Kai stood at the center of the temple's ancient sanctuary. Mina and Bram flanked her, their faces pale but determined. Jax kept watch, nerves taut. The chain's form flickered near the edge of the circle, torn between aggression and sorrow, haunted by memories only the betrayed would know. Mina's whisper broke the silence. "How do we start, Kai?" Kai took a shaky breath. "We show them everything, the good and the broken." She turned to Bram. "What will you offer to the Pact?" Bram stared at the floor, voice gravelly. "Fear. For too long I let fear rule what I said, what I did. I will bear that no more." Beside him, Mina's eyes shone. "Hope, that we can change, even when history says we can't." Jax cleared his throat, surprising them all. "I'll give my regret. For every time I watched others suffer and turned away, I vow not to anymore." Kai nodded, her own voice a tremor. "And I'll give my promise, that the stories of this day, our mistakes and our mending, will never be locked away again. The truth will be carried forward." Each word set magic spinning through the air, weaving a tapestry of light and memory around the relics. The chain wailed, a sound that was less monstrous now, more deeply human. "Your words, your offerings, they sting and heal." The Spirit Queen's form flickered, smile soft but uncertain. "The Pact can only be mended by honesty, but it will cost you. Kai, you are the bridge. Will you bear the weight of both worlds?" Kai's chest tightened, but she nodded. "I accept. For the Isles, for the spirits. We rise or fall together." A thunderous pulse rocked the temple. Kai collapsed to her knees, relic burning ice-cold in her hands as visions poured through her. 1,000 memories, pains, joys, betrayals, hopes. She saw both worlds. The villagers huddled at home, the tormented spirits caught in the mist. She felt their desperation. The boundary between myth and reality shuddered and stretched, closer to breaking than ever before. Outside, the fog pressed against the temple like a rising tide, and distant cries foretold the final reckoning approaching. There would be no turning back from what came next. The sanctuary groaned around them as time and mist twisted. Kai knelt, exhausted, gripping the relic as visions bled through her mind. She saw centuries of hurt and betrayal passing through her heart like knives. Mina steadied her, voice a faint beacon. "Kai, stay with us. It's almost done." Jax circled them, fending off spectral arms jutting from the fog. "We're surrounded. Whatever magic you're doing, hurry it up." The chain hovered close, form torn between agony and hope. Bridge the Pact or all are lost. The spirits grow wild, the wall weakens. Suddenly the Spirit Queen's voice thundered. "To heal the Pact you must offer more. A true bridge must walk both worlds until the wounds knit shut." Kai's eyes widened. "You want me to cross, to become like you?" The Queen nodded, her gaze filled with sadness and trust. "Balance demands sacrifice. If you walk the spirit road, the Pact may heal. If you turn away, all we know will fall to shadow." Bram stepped forward, fists clenched. "You can't ask this of her. Isn't there another way? Take me instead." "No," Kai said softly, her fear dissolving into cold clarity. "If it must be someone, let it be me. I started this. I won't run." She turned to them. "Promise you'll finish what I began, the Pact, the stories. Tell them right this time." Tears burned in Mina's eyes, but she nodded. Jax spat. "Someone's got to keep the Isles out of trouble without you. I'll do it. Just don't expect me to get poetic." The Queen drew Kai close, and the relic blazed. Kai felt her body shift, become mist and memory, flesh and spirit. She was both bridge and boundary now, woven between worlds. The chain gripped her hand. "We mend together. We were never meant to be alone." The walls trembled. Outside the mist writhed, spirits pressing against the barrier. Light spilled from every stone. Kai felt the pain and sorrow begin to ease. The process had started, but it was not yet done. If her friends faltered now, both realms could be torn apart. Everyone's fate now hung on the brink. Unity or endless darkness. A storm of mist and memory churned above the temple, the sky stained with blue and silver arcs of spirit light. Kai hovered between worlds, her voice echoing through two realms at once. She felt Mina's worry thrumming against her soul. Bram's steady resolve, Jax's fierce loyalty, each thread binding her to the mortal Isles, anchoring her as the bridge. Inside the sanctuary, the relics spun faster, light surging with every shared memory and promise. The chain, still clutching Kai's hand, smiled through tears. "For the first time I feel whole. Do not let me slip back into shadow." Kai's spirit form wavered, growing paler, but her determination gleamed. She reached into the weaving mist to gather all she had learned. Hope from Mina, bravery from Bram, Jax's regret, her own unbroken promise. Mina steadied the relics, chanting the old words Kai had whispered to her. By truth, by sorrow, by hope renewed, we bind the wound and open the way. Let shadow and light be mended. The spirits outside pressed close, some desperate, others wary. But as Mina's words blended with Kai's voice from the border realm, something shifted. The air lightened, warmth seeped in, and the cries grew calm. Bram stepped forward, addressing unseen spirits and watched villagers alike. The pact is not chains, it's a bridge. We remember you. We will honor the truth. We will keep the promise together. Jax, voice rough, added, no more hiding. The Isles stand or fall as one, human or spirit. That's the new bargain. With a final thunderous pulse, the relics drew all the pain and hope of the Isles into a single spark. Light burst outward, dissolving the ancient chains. The chain, the first sacrifice, sighed, face relaxing into peace as his form faded into gentle starlight. All around, spirits found rest, some departing, others choosing to remain. The fog dissipated, sunlight piercing through for the first time in an age. Kai emerged slowly, trembling, her spirit and body knit imperfect but whole. She met Mina's embrace and Bram's quiet pride, Jax's lopsided grin. Tears fell, not of sorrow, but of hope reborn. In the days that followed, the Isles flourished. Spirits and villagers gathered to tell their stories, of pain, of healing, of the cost and gift of remembering. The pact was no longer a secret or a curse, but a living promise. Kai looked at the quiet sea, the relic now only a stone in her hand. She felt the world new and old, boundaries thinner, her heart stronger. Together they had changed destiny, not by war, but by understanding and courage. And in the long shadow of the mist, they were no longer afraid.